Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty. Incredible. Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty.
Hey guys, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. I hope you're having a really great Sunday. Right, let's catch up with chat. I don't think I can scroll back all the way to the beginning, but it looks like Captain Reed and Piney both get first, so congratulations, guys. Who else have we got? Piney, thank you so much for the 6 months of subs as well. I thoroughly appreciate that, dude. Anonymous Biker, thank you so much for 26 months of subs. Really appreciate that. Clownfish, Sean, Inamushki, True Blaze, thank you so much for being here as well, guys. Rizdom as well, subscribe for 8 months. Thank you so much, dude. Really appreciate that. Bazooka, thank you so much for 4 months of Prime subs. Really appreciate those too. Rizdom says, from one stream to another, was just watching my usual Sunday evening FPV drone stream and now watching my keyboard stream. Sundays are good days. Sounds like you've had a good time, dude. Thank you also, Rizdom, for giving a tier 1 sub to Bagri, and congratulations to Bagri on getting that sub. Dozgaz as well, thank you so much for being here. Bees Keys, hey man, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here as well. I've realised my camera is to one side and I'm not quite centred. Let me see if I can adjust that really quickly.
Tasty, tasty.
There we go. That'll do. That's better. That's better. So thank you very much for Bees Keys being here. Jellymaster, my good sir, thank you so much for 39 months of subs. Clownfish, thank you so much for 1,000 bits as well. We don't do bits much on this channel, so thank you very much for those. Superhens, good evening, sir. I hope your Wii was good. Joshio, thank you so much for 37 months of subs as well. V-Rugdush, hey man, thank you so much for being here. Gemma as well. Gemma, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for being here as well. So Saber Class is here too. See, Travis says, hello, I'm a 3D printer that dabbles in mech keyboards, looking for keyboard channels to nerd out on. Dude, I'm a keyboard nerd that dabbles in 3D printing. I've literally just disconnected my Prusa Mark IV-S and my Prusa XL because they've been replaced by the Prusa Core 1, which is over in the corner. So yeah, we've had that about 3 weeks now, the Prusa Core 1, I think. It's been working out really well for us. Let me see if I can get the camera to pan over and show you that. Where's the camera controls gone? I closed the app down. Of course I did. Right, let's see if I can get the camera to pan all the way over there. It might pan over so you can see the Core 1. Well, there you go. You can see it just in the corner. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. Well, you can kind of see it. It's there. And then I don't know if it'll go all the way around. Oh, wrong way. Let's see if I can get it to go the rest of the way around. Is it going to go further? Come on, camera. Okay, so what you can't see is the Core 1 and the XL, because they're on that table that's there, but it's hidden behind this sideways monitor here. In fact, if I do this... There you go. You can see the Core 1 and the Prusa XL. Not the Core 1, sorry. The Mark IV-S and the Prusa XL on the table there. So yeah. Right, let's pan back around. Okay, I think that's good. I think that'll do us. Right, okay. So yeah, so Keyboard Nerd meets 3D printing nerd, which I technically am as well, I guess. Blackbrook, hey man, good to see you. Toasty Babs as well. If it's morning for anyone, it's Monday. That's true, I suppose. Although, yeah, I suppose that is true. Oskilane, Sads, why are you sad, Mr. Oz? Dread Pirate Reg, hey man, thank you for being here. Jay, important question. As Cheeks Kicks is completely gone, what is the next best thing? I need switches. I haven't found a tactile I like as much as cheesecakes. I have cheesecakes here because I put them in tests, hot swap builds all the time. But yeah, I haven't found anything on a tactile front that I like as much as cheesecakes, other than the traditional MX Brown. Call me a hater if you want, that's fine. So yeah, that's one of those things. But we do have some mint choco chip switches that we got from Protozoa, who we took over. Sorry, absorbed is probably a better term. So they'll be going in stock soon, and they're pretty nice. They're pretty nice as well.
Tasty,
but we have a lot of more switches coming soon as well. We've been working with Bowl and Manu to come up with a whole raft of other switches as well. So there'll be lots more coming soon, I think. So keep an eye out, and I'll let you know. Yeah, I'll let you know as soon as I can. Right, Northern Irish gang represent, snagging just like we snagged the JO2s. Nice. Captain Sterling, hey man, good to see you, dude. Captain Sterling, man, thank you so much for being here. Void Media, thank you so much for 36 months of subs. That's the 3rd PT birthday. It says crazy to hit 3 years of subs. Absolutely is, dude. It's hard to believe we've been streaming on this channel for 3 years, because I streamed on the original J Keebs channel for 4 years. Then we did Top Clack for 3 years, and now we've been doing it on Prototypers for 3 years. It's kind of crazy. Danabix, thank you so much for being here. Captain Reed dabbles in, he says, with 3 Spenny AF printers. Dude, like, I like my hobbies, all right? I have a brain that is very much like, the easiest way I can explain this is walking into the workshop and seeing the workshop is basically opening a door into what an ADHD brain like mine does and is, and how it exists. Because everything here at the workshop is just me. Like, what you see here is just me. It is me. The classic cars, the keyboard stuff, turning a hobby into a business, the stuff I collect in the workshop, like my watch collection that's over here, and there's a playing card collection that you can't see that it's in these tubs here, and the keycap collection, all of those kind of stuff. My brain is like, and the other things that you can't see is like right behind here I have a sofa and probably 30 vintage games consoles as well. The whole building is just walking into what my ADHD brain looks like. So yeah, that's basically what it is. Is anything in the PT HQ cheap? Not until you get here, Reed. Not until you get here. That's a really terrible joke. I apologise, Reed. I hope you can take that one in good faith. Moons of Empire, thank you so much for being here, good sir. IRL Keeps, thank you so much for your 2-year anniversary. I really appreciate you being here as well, dude. Does a sidewise monitor ever get used? Yes, when I'm coding. So it's a LG dual up, so it's a vertical monitor. It's like two 27-inch monitors on top of each other. Sorry, 24-inch monitors on top of each other. So I use it a lot for coding. It's really, really great. It gives you a much wider aspect ratio for code and things like that. So I use it all the time for that. Last time I used it was when we changed all of our coding in the back end to produce packing slips. So that was a couple of weeks ago. Used to have 2 Mark 3S Plus and sold those to get 2 Bamboo Labs P1S. Now I have 3 Bamboo Labs printers and an Anycubic resin printer. Yeah, so I've not dabbled in resin printing yet, but the Bamboo Labs stuff has kind of put me off them recently. I think because I buy the printers for business use as well, I'm very much more comfortable with them being Prusa, just given data security and everything else. So yeah. Wise Donkey, hey man, thank you so much for being here. Well panhandled. Yeah, I could do like a proper camera on a boom mount that I can walk around with. Maybe we'll do a workshop. Would you guys like to see a workshop tour on stream? Like get a remote camera that can connect wirelessly and a remote microphone that can connect wirelessly, which I already have actually. And we could do like a workshop tour maybe at some point. Would that interest you guys? Would that be something you guys would like to see? I'd need someone to come and film. But we could do that. We could do that. Jay, have you seen a new Ferrari Puma merch? It looks pretty tasty. Dude, like I have been this close. Like I am not generally a Ferrari fan, but because Lewis Hamilton is at Ferrari, I'm not generally a Lewis Hamilton fan. I'm a McLaren fan through and through. But I have been so close to buying a ton of Ferrari Lewis Hamilton merch. Like it's gonna happen. It's just a case of when. That's the thing. JMS, thank you so much for 22 months of subs as well. MX2A Brown are good. Yeah, MX2A Browns are probably my favorite tactile switch of all times. All three of my TGR Janes are built with MX Browns, so you know, I unironically like them. So yeah, so you'll buy the cheesecakes off me. Thanks, dude. I appreciate Mr. B's keys. Thank you. Kept silly. Latte's looking tasty. Yeah. So I just made this just before the stream, and I'm actually going to have a conversation with a good friend of mine tomorrow about potentially a new coffee machine. So for those who don't know, I also have a coffee company called Jay's Roastery, where we roast all of our coffee locally using another company's roasting machines, and they kind of handle a lot of that for us. And we don't ship the coffee from here just from a health and safety hygiene perspective. It's all shipped out from the other location. And they're a few miles down the road. And yeah, because we're doing the PT Open Day in a couple of weeks' time, 15th of March. If you guys want to come along and see what the PT is all about, see what we do, see what we deliver on a day-to-day basis, see how we work, buy some stuff and get some big discounts and get some of our very tasty coffee for free, then feel free to pop along on March 15th. We're going to have a whole lot of stuff going on. It's going to be quite exciting. So yeah, but yeah, I have a Londinium espresso machine here, which is a lever pull espresso machine. So it's all automatic, but you pull a lever to engage a clutch, which adds pressure to a spring, and then as you release the handle, the clutch then applies pressure throughout the puck of coffee, the ground coffee, to create a pressure profile that then is just perfect for creating espresso, which has a really nice mouthfeel rather than a standard espresso machine. And I've always liked that, but the problem I have is it's very much a home kind of hobby machine. Don't get me wrong, it's not cheap, but it's not a commercial machine. Now, when we have 50 to 100 people here on the open day, if we're making coffee in that machine, it's not going to be able to keep up because it's a prosumer kind of level device. It's not a commercial device. So I'm actually going to have a look at buying a ACS Vostok tomorrow. No deals are done yet, so I may or may not buy it. But it's an ACS Vostok, which again is a lever pull machine, and it'll be a dual kind of gang machine. So there'll be two different levers, so we can make two coffees at once. So we're going to have a look and see. There might be a deal to be had, who knows, but we'll see. That's something that we're actively looking into to try and increase our opportunity to produce coffee, and it'll also be a really good tool to have when I finally open my actual coffee shop in the future. So yeah, think about investing in tools to produce in the future. That's kind of where I'm looking at. Alvi, thank you so much for 14 months of subs, dude. I thoroughly appreciate that. 14 months of subs just after the 14th of February, which is Valentine's Day. Yeah. JQ UK, thank you so much for 38 months of subs as well. Currently on a 38-month streak. That's a cute Pokemon too. What's a cute Pokemon? Was there a Pokemon? I don't think I have anything Pokemon related here in the workshop. If Reed isn't complaining about shipping, it's something. Hey. Jay, your stream setup is goals. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. It's nothing special. It's a Sony Alpha A6400 overhead cam, and the face cam is an Insta360 smart cam with the smart features turned off because they're terrible. A couple of Elgato Streamlights, and then I just turn the rest of the office lights off. But it's just my actual working desk. This is where I sit and do all of the PT, accounting, bookwork, product creation, design, fusion. Everything is done from this desk. So yeah. I get that Lego keyboards and maybe Pokemon cards now. Not Pokemon cards, they're playing cards. They're literally packs and decks of playing cards, if that's what you thought of Pokemon. This is just one of like 4 racks that I have. I custom made some like little boxes on the laser cutter a few years ago now. But these are all custom playing cards, all unsealed. Oh, sorry, all sealed still. Tasty. Different kind of brands and different designs. And I've never opened any of them because that's just how my head works. So yeah, these are all really different, and there's loads of different sets of them. Yeah, just there's 3 packs of the same one, completely sealed, never opened. Yeah, and there is well, there's probably about 300 decks floating around the office in total. They're just nice things, and I like them, and I don't have any excuses for that other than I like them. There's like a collection of fountain pens over there as well. There must be 350, 400 fountain pens here in the office. It's just nuts. It's nuts. Like, I have a very addictive personality, and I have to make sure I channel those addictions into healthy things rather than negative things. So yeah, buying things is infinitely healthier than some of the other things. Supan says, I always deny I have ADHD, and then Jay just described his workshop, which is like my workshop, and I'm definitely not buying a welder right now. Dude, don't buy a welder. If you want one and you're coming to the open day, I have two. Well, it depends on whether you want to TIG or MIG, because I have one that does both, which I'm keeping, and I have a MIG welder, which is just on its own, which would need a gas tank and some of the bits and pieces, but it's of no use to me now because I have a combined machine, so yeah. Ray, thank you so much for joining us from France. I appreciate you being here, dude. Can you order some aloe vera for me, Jay? Absolutely, I can. Yeah, of course. Resin printers for miniature stuff, though. Yeah, I haven't dabbled in resin printers because I don't do anything for miniatures particularly. But if I ever get back into Dungeons and Dragons, which is something I absolutely want to do, if anyone ever needs someone to join for like a Dungeons and Dragons session, please let me know, because I am dying to play Dungeons and Dragons. I've had one opportunity and it was phenomenal, and unfortunately it didn't complete, but I'm always happy to kind of look at more about it. So I want to create like my character and like mini maps and stuff for that, but other than that, I have no use for a resin printer in a minute. That all sounds good fun indeed. Yeah, we could do that. You can do that with just your phone. Yeah, but like, yeah, maybe I could do it with my phone, and I don't know. We'll see. I'll figure something out, because I have some Rode boom camera, some Rode wireless mics that we can use for it. So we can definitely do a workshop tour. You mean the world's most advanced green screen? Yeah, that rumor that the workshop is fake still comes around, despite us doing 3 open days in the past, and despite over 400 or 500 people being here to collect packages and whatever else. There's still this rumor that the whole PT workshop isn't a real thing. So I don't know. You already walk around and point at half the workshop in your Insta stories. I do, but that's not like a guided tour. Like, you guys could say, oh, go have a look at this. What's that over there, Jay? Can you tell me more about this? Can you tell me more about that? Insta stories are just a flash in the pan kind of thing. Anarchy, thank you so much for being here, good sir. Thank you. Maybe you can find a vintage battleship in the workshop tour, Jay. Probably. I think I know where it is. I just haven't had a chance to go through it, Storesness. Keep reminding me. I'll get to it. Zosco TV. Hey, man. Thank you for being here. Will said coffee machine have a massive handle. It'll have 2 massive handles. ACS Vostok is what I'm looking at. But I don't know for sure. Hey Jay, big fan. Will you have an ASCII extra? If you mean GMK ASCII, it's in stock, has been for a while. If you mean the ASCII-F, we will have some extras, but it's probably very, very limited that we'll have. I can understand your stance on Bamboo Labs. I don't print for business and have moved away from having many different brands, and early last year decided to stick with one brand and Core XY machines, and at the time only had the XL, and they are out of my price range. Fully understand, dude. Fully understand. Like, different strokes, different folks. I've always been in the Prusa camp since the Mark III, and I've been really happy to translate to a Core XY over Bedslingers because I just prefer the size and uniformity of it. There is a small chance that I only sell the Mark IV and keep the XL with the Core 1 because I don't need to print big things usually. But I have a new project that I might need the print space for, so we'll take a look at it. If you do get a coffee van in for the open day, will you be insisting trying to get them to use our beans? Yes, so I think it's likely that we'll be doing the coffee ourselves here through either my new machine if I buy it or my current machine. I don't think we'll get a coffee van in, but the coffee, whatever, even if we do get a coffee van in, whatever, the beans that we use will be from Jay's Roastery. So yeah. Levers are great. Yeah, lever machines are to die for. The way that they create the profile. So this is going to geek out and nerd out into some whole different topic now. So how espresso machines work in general when you're creating espresso is you have a puck of coffee and you have some water that sits above that coffee, and then you push that water through the puck of coffee. It comes out of the portafilter and into the cup. And usually you use about 9 bar of pressure to do that. Most machines use 9 bar of pressure. So bar is just a method of measuring pressure. So it's about 9 atmospheres. 1 bar is about 1 atmosphere, I believe, and 9 bar is about 9 atmospheres. So I think if you swam down something like 20 meters, it's that kind of pressure that you'd feel crushing you. So that's how they usually work. Now, the way that lever machines work, which is slightly different, is they actually, as the lever comes back up, it's using the weight of the fulcrum point of the lever, because it's a long lever. It's like 2 feet long, and as the lever comes back round, that creates a fulcrum point. And the longer the lever, the more pressure you create on the fulcrum point. You've heard the old adage, give me a pivot point and a long stick, and I'll move the earth. You just need a long enough stick, right? It's the same thing with the pressure profile of these machines, but what they do is they actually adjust the pressure. The speed that the handle moves back with regulates the pressure, and it actually translates into how well the puck is prepared. So if you grind too fine, the handle will fly back. Too coarse, the handle will fly back and the water will rush through. If you grind too fine, the handle will get stuck and it won't be able to provide the pressure. But if you get the grind just right, what it does that's different to a normal machine is it doesn't just push water through at 9 bar, it actually modulates the pressure that's used to create the espresso. So at some points in the pressure profile, it will be producing 9 bar, some points it will be producing 3 bar, and it changes over time as that lever moves from point A to point B. And what that gives is it gives a coffee that actually has a different mouthfeel. Like the way that the coffee is produced, it has a different feel in the mouth and a different texture. And I have probably lost half of the people watching because of that, but it's a really interesting thing. So yeah.
Tasty, tasty.
Alex Otos, thank you so much for the raid, dude. I hope you're doing well. We need to catch up at some point soon. And welcome, everybody. We've just been nerding out over coffee and 3D printing. So welcome to the most bizarre and ADHD stream of all time. Cheaper not to bring a coffee van in for the day. So we do have a number of friendly coffee vans that could come in and help us out for the day. But if I can use my own machine for my own coffee, I just have a little bit more control over what I'm serving. And that would just be more beneficial to me. So yeah. Got any customer with a van that you supply coffee to? We do have quite a few people who buy our coffee.
Incredible.
I'm the only one in my house that drinks coffee. Wife and daughters don't like it. I have 500 milliliter French press and V60 for my coffee needs. Yeah, V60 is great. I'm just an espresso nerd. That's just how I am. The one has 2 group heads. Yeah. So I'm looking at an ASCII-F Keyboard with 2 group heads. Yeah, that's the plan. I hand grind my beans for my coffee. I have automatic grinders up the wazoo. So yeah. We may have to look at a new grinder as well if we do get the ASCII-F Keyboard. We'll see. Tankhouse, thank you so much for 8 months of subs. Snicket, thank you so much for 30 months of subs. Good evening to both of you. Thank you very much for being here. All sealed. No card games during work hours. Yeah, so I collect the cards because I can. The thing that I tend to do is when I buy the packs of playing cards, I don't tend to open them, but what I do tend to do is get an uncut sheet of them, and then I have that framed. I don't have any here at the workshop, but effectively you have all of the cards laid out on a sheet, and then they cut that sheet up into each individual playing card. So I have quite a few of those at home in what used to be my old home office, framed as just uncut playing cards. They're quite big, they're quite chunky. Yeah, I think I have maybe 40 or 50 of them at home. So yeah. Channel addiction into healthy things like cute metal rectangles. Yeah, I channel my addictions into what I feel are constructive things. So that might be 3D printing, it might be keyboards, it might be classic cars, it might be whatever project keeps me going at that given time. So yeah. So special for performing magic. Yeah, I don't collect Magic the Gathering cards or Pokemon cards because that's just a can of worms that I've actively chosen not to open. I know if I did open it, I would become obsessed and it would lead to the downfall of myself and everything else. So yeah. Wisdom says, looking at the Toro 60, what does CW wing keyless stand for? It means Chinese wing keyless, so it's a slightly different sized blocker for the wing keyless blocker. Instead of it being 1U for 1U keys to replace the Windows 1U keys, they are 0.75U, I believe, so that's what it means. It means you can have more opportunities and more options on the bottom row when you go Chinese wing keyless instead of just using standard wing keyless, which means you are limited to 1.5 blocker, 1.5 7U, 1.5 blocker, 1.5. It means you've got more options around that kind of spacing. Manu, thank you so much for 16 months. Hello, boss. I'm not your boss, dude. We work together. I don't work You don't work for me. We work together, dude. Moons of Empire, thank you so much for being here. Jenga, thank you so much for 24 months of subs, 2 years, dude. Thank you. PT Sleepover D&D night, I would love to do that. Sadly, not coming to the open day, and I'm getting us all in one job. I was MIG, TIG, and ARC. Yeah, that's what I've moved on to. Yeah. Down for some more. Always, Mr. Blackbrook, just let me know when. Holograms, smoke machines, and lasers. Dude, that sounds like a great night. Looks like we need one more for the SPC goal. Yeah, we're not too far away. We're at 97% of the SPC goal. If we do hit that, we will do a giveaway at the end of the stream. Yeah. ASCII-F Keyboard, you meant? Oh yeah, we'll have some extras. Not a ton, but we will have some extras. Yeah. How many SL cipher sets do we need to complete before we're let out of the locked workshop on the 15th? I'm not going to make anyone do that. It's a horrible, horrible job. For those that you don't know, the Switch Labs cipher group buy has had a ton of issues. We have the key sets here that we ordered, which was luckily included a lot of extras. The quality is subpar for the vast majority of it, so what I've had to do is open every single set, get a bag, put all of the A's in a bag, get another bag, put all of the B's in a bag, get another bag, put all of the C's in a bag, get another bag, put all of the shift keys in a bag. And now what I'm doing is I'm in the process of going through and recreating by cherry picking the best of the A keys, the best of the B keys, the best of the C keys to recreate whole kits. Switch Labs have gone bankrupt. They've disappeared on us. They did promise us a refund so that I'd be able to refund customers. They have not done that, and they've now gone radio silent. They have not responded to any of my emails. They've also not responded to Ashkeeb's emails. So they owe me a small fortune. I am unlikely to get that back. The best option I have right now is to spend another 60 to 90 hours counting out each individual key and cherry picking them to create base sets for those customers who ordered it in the group buy, and then scrap the rest, which is rubbish and it's not nice, but it's what I'm going to have to do. Bought a Gagia Pro 2024. Now I just need a coffee grinder, but in 2 months. Let me know when you're looking for one, dude, and I can help you out with the coffee grinder. XL can print much bigger spaceships. It can, yes. Yeah, it's not a spaceship I want to print, but yeah. Sean, are you on Discord? Yes, you can join the Discord on prototypist.net, and the link below the stream as well. Don't forget 2-bar pre-infusion, Jay. Yeah, so the cool thing about lever espresso machines is when you prime the lever, you are infusing already the coffee puck, because the water flows in, sits on top of the coffee puck, and then it's only when you release the lever that it then goes through the pressure profiling and automates that pressure profiling based on how you've ground the puck. It's so cool, and it's so geeky and so nerdy. If you are considering a Vostok, will the Londinium become a new home machine? If so, what a lovely setup. Yeah, so the Londinium will go home. I do have a coffee machine at home. It's not great. It's a Sage Oracle Touch or something like that. It's fine, but it's not the best. So yeah. Recommend some 3D printer, Bamboo Lab A1 Mini. It's supposed to be real beginner friendly. Do you know anything about it? I'm not a fan of Bamboo printers personally, but I'm sure other people will be. Warehouse you work at is so cool. Yeah, my workshop is very much my personality laid out there. But I'm glad you like it, Triangle Cubes. Purple cat matches the green aesthetic. Thank you. Yeah, it's the only hat that I have that goes with a pink hoodie. Green doesn't quite work. Tan doesn't quite work. Blue doesn't quite work. Brown doesn't quite work. Purple kind of works in a whole kind of unicorn way, I guess. So yeah. I grind my beans in a mortar and pestle, then I fetch fresh water from the freshest of springs, heat the water over a campfire made from ancient oak logs, and then I make pour my V60 while chanting the names of my ancestors. Mr. Culane, I need to witness that. If that's true, I need to witness it. Jay, what specifically makes you collect a vintage keyboard? I know you have a giant collection. Whatever inspires me. So vintage keyboards are a source of inspiration and a source of the past. I like old things. Like I collect classic cars. I collect vintage tools as well. This is another thing that most people don't know about. I have a load of old ratchet screwdrivers, which they're basically extending screwdrivers, and as you push the screwdriver handle towards the head, there's a ratcheting mechanism that actually drives the screw. I have, maybe 50 or 60 of those because they're amazing things. I just like old things, and going back to grassroots of a vintage product, whatever that might be, whether it's tools or keyboards or whatever else, or cars or anything, it gives you an insight into how things were used back then, how purpose was derived from tools, and how they've shaped what we have today. You know, they're the precursor to what we have today. So vintage keyboards are very much an inspiration thing. If I look at something and I think, yeah, sometimes I just know by looking at it, I need to have that, or I need to try that, or that's coming home with me, or whatever it is. Other times I look at stuff and I think it's cool, but it's not for me, you know, and it really depends on what it's about. So sometimes it's just a gut feel. I think I remember you mentioning cards before. I've not got anywhere near as many as you, but I've picked up a few over time. Have you got a favourite deck? I do, yes. I don't know which tub it's in or if it's even here. It is the only set that I have open. I have 6 of these unopened, but this is the Omnia set of playing cards. And these are some of the... First of all, the packaging is super, super nice. These were from a Kickstarter a few years ago, if I remember correctly. And I just absolutely adore the golden backs, the Art Deco feel that these have. And when you look at the designs, like... The design on these is just absolutely phenomenal. Let's try and show you like the background here. Can you see that in the background? And then the face cards there. Try not to mess this up. The face cards just have so many cool details in them. These are probably my favorite deck of cards ever. Look, how suggestive is that? 2 circles on the Queen. Yeah, these are just some phenomenal grade cards. Yeah, absolutely adore these. Just super nice, super nice. So yeah, they're probably my favorite deck of cards. But the limit on things I collect is unknown. I was so looking forward to Cypher. Yeah, like if we have got any extras, we'll list them, but I don't think we will. Maybe people come out for the open day, do some sorting. No, that would be cruel and mean and unfair. I do like a tour of the warehouse, like you posted on IG. Yeah, we can do a tour of it. Like what I post on IG is just like daily updates, basically. But we could do like an actual tour where you guys point things out and you want me to go and talk about them, and we share some of the stuff that's just not visible most of the time. Bowl Keyboards, hey man, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, dude, and thank you for your time the other day as well for our little catch-up and meeting. Screwdrivers too, yeah. There is a shop near me which sells a lot of dead people tools. Sure, I get that. Thinking about coming down for the open day and giving the Subaru a run? Dude, do it. I love to see a Subaru. Dude, like I sold my Subaru Legacy over a year ago. I miss that car so much. I miss it so much. You like old things, so that's why you like the SPC. Mr. Reed. Queen Mommy? Yeah, something like that.
Tasty.
They're a lovely smart deco. Yeah, I really like them. You collect vintage cars and cards, or just cars? Cars as well. So I have a few classic cars. I have a 1969 GMC K1500 pickup truck. That's black and silver, dual tone paint. It was imported from America a few years ago, and that runs on a small block V8 engine, which is 5.8 litres, and a 3-speed automatic transmission. That's here in the workshop downstairs. I also have here at the workshop a 1976 Datsun Laurel 200L, one of 3 remaining UK cars. All of the other 200L Laurels are not UK and they've been imported from other places, which means it's right-hand drive. That's been restored. That has a straight 6 overhead cam 2-litre engine, which is really lovely. That's on throttle bodies as well. Drives insanely nicely, although it does need a little bit of a tune-up, but we'll do that when the weather gets nicer. The other car I have here in the workshop is a 1974 Datsun 620 in blue. That's original paint, original mileage, and I found 42,000 kilometers from new. I found that in Thailand of all places and imported it 5 years ago now, I think 6 years ago. It's all original paint on the outside. It's in really good condition. We've got white wall tires on it, and I had some Japanese Great Wave of Kanagawa artwork for the door cards made, and I've also custom made a roof rack for it as well. Outside the workshop, I have a Datsun 521 1969 pickup truck in green. That was imported from Japan 4 years ago. That is the next car that's going to go through a full restoration. So it's one that I want to do this summer. That has a 3-pot engine. It's a 1.5 litre 3-pot engine, a J series, which is the original engine to the car, and it's the coolest little thing. Like, it does 50 miles an hour at full blast, but you look so cool driving it. It's fantastic. I also have outside the workshop a 1999 Peugeot 306 turbo diesel HDI. That was historically my mother's car until she died, and it's been in my possession for the past 6 years now. So that's going to be a track car at some point. I also have a 1976 Datsun 240Z. Well, technically it's not 240Z, it's a 280Z, but the 240Z is the body style, and they did versions over the years where they increased the bore of the engine to make them faster. So they did a 240Z, which was the first one, which had a 2.4 litre engine. Then they did a 260 with a 2.6 litre engine, and then they did a 280 with a 2.8 litre engine. Mine is the 280 version, 2.8 litre engine, but it's actually a 260 body shell because I made some tweaks to the body shell design, and I got an early production 280Z, which actually uses the body shell of a late 260. The way you know that is behind so not only a two-seater car, but behind the seats. On the 240s and 260s, they had two little hidden cubby holes. They were deleted for the 280Z, but they're still present on my car, so we know it was a 260 shell and just fitted with the 280, like it must have been a crossover in production. So I have that. That's bright orange. I've had that. That was the first classic car I ever restored. I've had that donkey's years now, and it's probably my favorite car. On top of that, I also have in the UK there are 3 Nissan P130s. I have 2 of them. One of them is black and it's currently being restored right now at Yorkshire Classic Car Restoration. That was imported from Thailand. It was used to drive Thai dignitaries around, and it's very much a long saloon car with a fixed rear boot. It's a fantastic looking thing. Hopefully that'll come back from being restored soon. It was supposed to be done last May and it's still not done, so hopefully they'll finish it soon. I do have another one of the P130s, which is 2 of the 3 in the UK, but that one is basically being used for a parts car. So where we need panels for the black P130, we're cutting them off of the red one. And sadly, the red one is just too far gone to be restorable. It's just not good enough to restore. But I have that as well, so we will scrap that once the restoration of the black one's finished. So I have all of those. I also have another car, which is a Datsun that's in Thailand right now. It's not in Thailand. So I tried to ship this car from Thailand a few years ago, and it got stuck on a ship. The ship was attacked by pirates in the Red Sea, and now the actual they found the boat floating. It's a roll-on ship, so it had like 10,000 cars on it. They found the ship in the Red Sea a few months later. It's now had all the cars taken off it. They're all in Abu Dhabi somewhere, or Dubai or something like that, and the insurance company is going through that. What else have I got? I don't know how many we've covered. I also have a Tesla that my wife drives. That's a Model 3, relatively new, 4 years old this year. My daily driver is an Audi RS4 Avant Performance Estate. That's a 2018 model in white. We also have the PT truck, which I guess is technically mine through owning the company. That is an electric pickup truck from 2023. It's a Maxus T something or other, T90 EV pickup truck. I think that's all of them. I don't think I've missed any. I think that's all of them. But yeah, classic cars are my jam. They're my big hobby. What's the go-to brand for ratchet screwdrivers? Oddly enough, I have most of them are Stanley ones from years ago, Big Bezzy Boy. If you're ever interested, just tag me on Discord. I'll try to take some pictures at some point for you. Zonombi and Amushki, thank you so much for the 4 months and 3 months of subs. ASCII-F. Yeah, ASCII-F, yeah. Completely impractical, but I'd love a K-Truck. Yeah, they're cool as hell. They're cool as hell. The 620 is super rad. Yeah, I have a blue 620, and the 521 is arguably cooler, but needs a lot more work. It's a good job you have a workshop with place to put some of these, otherwise you would need to live in a multi-story car park. Yeah. Did you look at the Polestar 2 at all before going for the Tesla? No, I have driven a Polestar 2, but when I bought the Tesla, the Polestar wasn't particularly well regarded. So yeah, the thing is, I don't want to get another Tesla. So my wife is asking what we're going to get to replace her car. Just because of who Elon Musk is, we will not be getting another Tesla. I am point blank refusing to get another Tesla. So yeah, so we'll see, but I don't know what we're gonna get. I'm just gonna go turn the radiator off because it's really, really hot in here. There we go. Hey, you Chopstick, thank you for the hugs from America. I appreciate that. Someone tell me the final count when Jay's done with cars in 43 minutes. Dude, I'm sorry. You want to see Jay going sideways on a Bradford B roads in an Ioniq 5N? I can show you that in some other cars, dude, that are more fun. I don't want a Lancia. No, a Lancia is not my kind of thing. Like, for the classic cars, I'm very much in the JDM world. I prefer Japanese cars to pretty much anything else out there. You just lost count? I don't even know. I think at the minute we've got 13 cars, I think it's 13. So, yeah. RS3 is no good for going sideways. They don't have quite enough power. They need a little bit more power, which is why I have the RS4. So, yeah.
Tasty.
Moses, where do you see the keyboard hobby in 3 years? Any major change you're expecting? Yeah, I said about a year ago that the rise of Hall effect keyboards was about to take off. I think I've been proven right on that, and I think that's going to continue. That's going to be one of the big changes we're going to see in the next 6 to 12 months. One of the reasons why we've stopped stocking so many MX switches is because I think that the MX footprint keyboard that we are used to is gonna be almost obsolete within the next couple of years. Like, I don't see it continuing. I think Hall effect switches will replace it. So the switches will likely retain the same size and shape as they do now, such as Geon Raws and things like that, and Knight magnetic switches and all of that kind of thing. But I do see us moving away from soldered switches to hot swap Hall effect. I absolutely see that being a thing. I also think that the rise of Topra is going to continue. This is one I didn't see coming until about 8 months ago when I first started speaking to Sipula, but I think custom Topra is now cracked and will be leading the market with Hall effect in the next couple of years. So I think those are the big couple of changes that we're going to see. The other thing I think we've seen the end of the race to the bottom. So now we have boards like the Neos and stuff that are just over $100, you know, and perform as well as high-end $1,000 keyboards from 5 years ago did. I think we've hit kind of like the bottom where the limit is. I think the board that took us too far past the limit was probably the ND75, an absolute bargain for what it was at 60 quid or whatever we sold them at, but it's just too much reduction, cost removal, price changing to try and kind of beat that. Would just end up with a generic device that is so unbelievably boring that it wouldn't capture market attention. So I think we've seen the end of the race to the bottom to a certain extent. I think around like the Neo 65 CU kind of price is kind of where we're going to see things. But I think the rise of high-end boards will come back. We've seen them dip massively over the past couple of years, and I think high-end boards are going to come back in very limited numbers. I think that's the other thing I predict. I think there'll be a lot more private group buys, and with low MOQs, 50 boards, maybe 25 boards, but at a higher price. And I think we'll see a lot more of those happen. So yeah. The Topra Hall Effect switch looks crazy. Oh, the one that's both in one? Yeah, it looks crazy. Cherry will have to catch up. So here is the thing. 18 months ago, Tim and I went to Cherry and GMK, and I don't know if I still have it actually, but Cherry had a prototype of a switch there, which I might still have lying around. Let me see if I can find it. They had a prototype of a switch, which I was told under no circumstances to take and leave with, but I did. And it was like touted as being, they were touting it as being the next big thing. And I don't know where I've put it. I don't have it anymore. Maybe it's in here. Maybe it's in here. Maybe it's not as well. But it was called, in-house at the time, it was called the Carena Switch. And ultimately it was Cherry's own take on what they believed a Hall Effect could be. And it felt fantastic. It was really nice to use. It had the MX logo in the back on the leaf and stuff like that. It was really, really interesting. It was really interesting. And I think they've somewhat been a little bit slow to market. There's boards out there that have this in the market now, so I can talk about it freely. But I feel like Cherry need to push that more. They need to push that more. So yeah. I've owned my Super Impreza WRX STI Pro Drive for 10 years. It's maybe the best car I've ever had fun in. So I used to have an Impreza years and years ago. I had a P1. I sold that to a dealership back in 2015, I think, maybe 2014. I missed that car. It was great. It was blue. It was fantastic. Have you tried any of the new low-profile switches that seem to have the same travel as regular MX switches? If so, are they any good? I haven't as yet. I have some samples to try. I haven't put them in a build yet, I'm afraid, so I can't comment on them at the moment. El Jopo, thank you so much for being here. Friendly Dutch Giant. I am a UK British short ass, so yeah, I'm 5'5". It is called the multi-point now. Yeah, it is called the multi-point. My Hall Effect board doesn't accept the generic Hall Effect switches, but I'd love to give it a go. Yeah, so I think there's competing standards in Hall Effect right now, and that's going to even out quickly. So, yeah. Who will make the first silent HE switches? Probably Geon and Gatoron or something like that. I don't know. Would need to get a standard in software to configure HE switches in the same way we have QMK and VIA. A lot of the software out there for configuring HE is just crap. That's the next step. That's the next step. Get the market engaged, and it will drive the software firmware version of it. Yeah. I think the market will keep cycling every few years with HE and MX and so on. Just that personalization is limited to these things. Maybe. I'm always happy to be wrong. Barrow, thank you so much for 15 months of subs. I thoroughly appreciate you, dude. Lack of VIA is the biggest complaint for the ND75. Yeah, the fact that it had custom firmware to keep costs down was part of the reason for it, yeah. Is ASCII-F high-end? Yeah, I'd say that's high-end, yeah. Hype for more Topra. Moved from Topra to MX a while back, mostly due to the lack of keycaps and not many good quality sliders. Yeah. El Jopper, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub, dude. I thoroughly appreciate it. I think Topra might get more popular, but not too sure on Hall Effect. I think it might die out because what made them popular was FPS gaming, and most mainstream games have banned their one main selling points. I think they were getting popular before all the tap snap stuff came out. So yeah, I think they'll continue. You're talking to me trying to fit in your car. Oh, Dan. Okay. I know who you are now, El Jopper. I know who you are now. Ducky announced keyboards with inductive switches, but those are not made by Cherry. Yeah. I've not kept up with HE switches. Don't they still sound bad? No. Geon Raws sound phenomenal. So yeah. Monster Dude, thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Right, okay, so I think we've caught up on chat now and talked a lot extensively about my personal hobbies. Let me give you a quick 2-minute blast update on PT News, and I'll do that by sharing the website and going through a few things. So, latest stock drops. We dropped PBT Fans Classic Grey in stock the other day. If you're interested in a grey beige set with some purple accents, that might be for you. We also dropped in GMK Cosmos in stock. The base kit has sold out, but we have a couple of the extension kits. I'll be showing you my kit of this very, very shortly. It is a fantastic set. And we also dropped the BNK 8 macro pads in stock as well. So if you're interested in any of those, please do pick one up. In terms of pre-orders, we have all of the QK and Neo pre-orders now on their own tab, so you can go and have a look at all of these. Pretty much any QK and Neo board can now be pre-ordered at any given time. We'll have rolling pre-orders each month, and we'll be putting the orders through. In terms of other pre-orders, we also have SA Macrodat Refinement in pre-order, which is, I know it's really expensive, but if you watch the TV show Severance, that's there for you. The Command 65 R2 and a ton of different GMK sets as well. In terms of group buys, there's a few things I want to call out. One, we're going to start looking at the Plato keyboard kit. This should not be for sale, so if you've already bought this, well done. If you missed out on this, you can still buy it through us, but only until tomorrow morning. This is Matrix's new brand, TNT, and they're trying to do fun cutesy boards, and they've come up with this Plato design, which has this this bear design, and it's a 75% numpad you can get as a kit or individually. And I just think it's phenomenal. It's just such a cutesy fun board. Who wouldn't want that as their setup? Look how cute that is. It's fantastic. There's also different bears that you can get because these bears are badges. So you can buy different bears for it as well. So no matter what you want your bear to look like, there are different bears for all different circumstances. So you might want an astronaut bear. How cute is that? Like like the PlayStation game, Astrobot. Excuse me. There's also my favorite GMK set of recent times, GMK Motif. This is phenomenal, and it's probably the best-selling GMK set we've had since Darling. It's doing really, really, really well. And there's also now a matching keyboard. I don't know why it's not here. Let's search for it. I'll make sure that's in later on. So the Motif 65 keyboard kit. This is the keyboard. It comes with the 65% keycaps if you want them, but it is quite possibly one of the coolest boards I've ever seen designed. It has so many fun, quirky features. Comes in ISO or ANSI. You can have an ISO version or an ANSI version. Different colorways have different badges on the rear. It is just absolutely stunning. And it's so fun, so different. I don't think we've seen anything like it in the keyboard space before. It's just really cute, really phenomenal. So big up to Timothy who designed this at Kuko Labs and Bowl Keyboards together. It's just such a great thing. I am a huge fan of this. It does come with the keycaps that you see here, so you can have the GMK set with the board included in the price. It comes with switches, pre-built. It's just a phenomenal thing. It's just so cute. What else did I have to tell you about? The Toro 60. If you haven't seen the Toro 60, this is the month of cuteness in keyboards, because the Toro 60 is quite possibly the second cutest keyboard that we have on sale right now. How cute is that? How cute. Look at him. Look at him. Such a cute thing. Anyway, go have a look at it. In terms of other PT news, we are pretty much up to date with all pre-orders and group buys that we can ship here. Cosmos was the last one that arrived, and that's all gone and been shipped out to customers now. The only one we haven't done is ASCII-F, which I talked about a few minutes ago. Our next shipment is due to arrive early March, and then we'll be doing our open day about a week after that shipment arrives, I think. So yeah, it should be good and fun and interesting. I'm really excited for that. So I'm really excited to see you guys at the open day as well. Whoever's coming along, put an SPC rocket in chat, because I want to see you guys. I want to meet you guys. Cosmos, yeah. I hear you're getting GMK black and gold from the delightful boba keys. Yes, we will. Extension has BAE. It does. We'll be looking at that in a second. When does Command 65 pre-order end? It should say on the product page. If it doesn't, I don't know off the top of my head. February 12th. So realistically, it will be closed on Monday morning. So if you want one, order before Monday morning, I would say. So yeah, Motif was a must buy. Oh no, my eyes. I love Motif. Might be for my hippo. Yeah. Is the Motif UV printed? It's a mixture of UV print and double shot for the GMK set. Yeah. Gives me Polo Harlequin vibes. Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool. It is really cool. Is Plato 75 group buy continuing in post 15th? It's just because it's the weekend, Sriram, so we haven't closed it yet because it's the weekend and my team are off work until tomorrow morning. So it'll be closed as soon as they arrive in the morning, I would imagine. So if you want one, yeah, I buy one. What are the numbers looking like from the open day? I think we had 50 people across SPC and the general form fill it out by when I last checked on Friday morning. I haven't checked since, so I don't know is the honest answer. But I'd imagine 50 people would be a nice number on the day. Yeah, 50 people feels about right. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But, you know, I could be right, I could be wrong, it could be more, it could be less. If people want to come along, the more the merrier. Somebody that filled out both forms, I heard. Yeah, I heard that someone couldn't read. Yeah. Right. Okay, let's kick on with some keyboard chores then. Because the first thing I need to do is get out my trusty tubs and decant some keycap sets into my tubs. So the first one is the glazed beige that we looked at the other day. This is in ASCII at the moment, and I think we're going to stock this. So these are the glazed keycaps that I looked at on the stream the other day. And they are super, super shiny boys. So these are straight from the factory, and they are that reflective and that shiny. That is what they look like in real life. They are super duper shiny. The whole set's like this. It's difficult to show you. It looks just like beige, but I promise you, if I can get the light just right without tipping them over, you can see how shiny they are and how glazed they are. Look at that top corner. There you go. So yeah. So I think we're going to have these in stock later on. Maybe do a short pre-order for them. Escape key. Yeah, so I did, to see how they achieved the glaze aspect, I did attack the escape key. You can see it's now got a gash cut out of it. Because I did want to see how they'd produce these. So this is glazed beige. Can't shine them? No, they're already super, super shiny. Can you buy the Motif 65 without the keycaps? No. Unfortunately not. And if you stupidly group by the keycap set, can you do a switcheroo to get the board also but not double caps? No. No, they're very much separate products, I'm afraid. They're actually being managed by different teams. So the keycap set's being managed by Novel Keys, and the board is being managed by Ball and Manu. Double caps it is, yeah. Knifey, knifey. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to destroy things to understand how they're created, right? It's such a good set, I can accept this. Yeah, sorry, Mr. Kool-Aid. Yeah, I apologize. I apologize. Just think you're helping 2 projects to meet MOQ, which is always a good thing. It'd be nice if both of them made MOQ. Such a good set, man. It really is. How did I just get hit with 5 consecutive ads, each lasting like 30 seconds? Dude, I have no idea. I'm so sorry for that. Mr. Bezos, on my account on Twitch, I have to allow ads some way, shape or form. Subscribers don't get hit by ads, which is the reason to subscribe, I think, for many people. I can choose to either have pre-roll ads, which means that when you log on to the stream, you get hit by a shit ton of ads, and then have ads every 90 minutes, I think. Or alternatively, I can have ads every hour and people don't get hit with them when they join the channel. And I think that is the better way and the better solution. So yeah, so I apologize for ads. I wish I didn't have to have them. I don't have a choice, unfortunately. I can't turn them off. Like, ads are going to be there no matter what I do. So I have tried to make them as ineffective as possible. And as inconspicuous as possible. So I do apologize. If there's ever anything I can do better, I will do in the future. I have been toying with the idea of a move to YouTube, but I suspect that most people prefer to watch on Twitch. Fan of what you're doing. Thank you. Always a cool place to be. Spicy Music, I appreciate you, dude. Thank you so much for being here. Oh man, this keycap does not want to come out of this packet. There we go. And of course we have the glazed spacebar. Bezos needs a new yacht. What about Jay needing a new yacht? I would love a new yacht. Like my old one, it's only like 500 feet long, and it's just not conducive to a good time. So you glaze my spacebar. Woo. Look how reflective that is. Look how reflective that is. It's picking up the sign behind me. Look how reflective that is. That is literally the reflection on the keycap. How crazy is that? Look at that. That is absolutely insane that we can pick up the reflection of the sign like that. It doesn't look real. It doesn't look real, but I promise you it is. Like, you can see my reflection. You can see the reflection of my finger in it. That's crazy. I was just stuck in Adland 2, almost 5 minutes. I'm sorry, it's set to 3 minutes. It should never be longer than 3 minutes. It should never be longer than 3 minutes. So if you get ads that are longer than that, you need to go make a complaint to Mr. Bezos himself. Just rock up to his office and tell him that it's unacceptable. The mooring costs alone scare me. Dude, like, I can't afford a yacht. I couldn't even afford to, like, move it a foot, I don't think, in fuel. Music streamer I like did a test YouTube stream instead of Twitch. It was double the bitrate, crystal clear. I was thinking more in terms of people wanting to watch rather than quality. I suspect we'd lose a ton of viewers if we moved from Twitch to YouTube. Reflects better than most PVD. PVD is a pain. PVD is a pain. Like, when you try and QC PVD finishes, it's just obscenely difficult to get consistent results. It's so hard. Has anyone else had issues with loose and rattly GMK spacebars? It drives me nuts. Thought it was the stabs, but no. Modern materials is the culprit. So try putting, like, when you push the stabilizer on, try putting a little tiny piece of cling film just on here, and it'll give a little bit of grip. Some people stream on both, but that has its own issues. Split chat. Yeah, I kind of want one chat to like, unless there's an app I can use that would like pull both chats into one, I'd be keen to not do that. Cling film or saran wrap, depending on what you want to call it. Can you say that again about the spacebar? Yeah, so where your stabilizer goes on the bottom of the key, if on, not on here, but on the actual stabilizer, where the stabilizer goes into here, into the cruciform, if you put a thin piece of saran wrap or cling film on top of the stabilizer, then push the key on, it just fills any kind of minuscule gaps and holds it onto it a little bit tighter. Cling film, my god, that's genius. Goes to get a roll from the kitchen. I have no idea where I read that tip from, but it must have been 10 years ago when I saw that tip. Why are the keycaps sticking to this plastic? So this plastic is on top, but these keycaps are super shiny. So these are glazed keycaps, and what that means is they're like drift tires. They're really grippy and sorry, not drift, slick tires, which are really grippy on tarmac. This is the same kind of thing. These keycaps, because they're so smooth, they just, it's almost like
incredible,
perfect kind of like adhesion to the plastic sheet. So they stick to it because they're so smooth. So I have to peel the plastic sheet off them because they're so smooth. Now I suspect if I got a standard GMK keycap, which is not, they wouldn't stick. Yeah, so that doesn't stick. That does not stick. Chasing keycaps all over the floor. So a standard GMK keycap, this is some novelty from a meetup, doesn't stick, but these shiny ones, which are PBT and very glossy shiny, do stick. Just because of the nature of the finish on them. First knives, now he's throwing them around. I'll throw you around, Mr. Blackbrook. It's the shiny, don't ask where it comes from or why it's sticky. It's not actually sticky, the sheet of plastic isn't sticky. And the keycaps aren't, it's just they have a strong friction coefficient next to them. These are the glazed ones, yeah. These are glazed beige. This is a sample set that I got. I was showing, like, you can see the reflection there. Look how reflective they are. That's the LED sign in the background. Prototypist. Are those coming soon? Yeah, we're going to have these in stock at some point soon. It's like those metal blocks machined to such a flatness they stick together. Yeah, yeah. So that's a thing. If you can get to metal surfaces perfectly machined flat, you can stick them together and they'll just hold. The friction and the way that the air is kind of pushed out to them turns into an attractive force. It's very impressive. Do you still have the MKUK ISO novelty to give to Kalain so we can force him to try ISO? I have a lot of ISO I can give to Mr. Kalain. A lot of ISO. Want to actually know how they're glazed now? That's cool. So I think it's a coating that's applied to them. It feels like a coating that's on the outside of them. I did attack one of the keycaps to see, and that's what it appeared to be. It appeared to be some sort of coating on the outside of them that make them glazed. But yeah, super shiny, and like you can see how shiny they are in the box a little bit, but they're really cool. Right, okay, next up. This is GMK Cosmos. Now, I will try and show you the legends on these keycaps, and I will try and show you the sparkle, but I suspect that you're not going to be able to see either. This is an alt key. I promise you it does have a legend on it, and I can read it in the right light, and I promise that this does sparkle like you wouldn't believe. But look, can you see that there's a legend there? It says Alt GR. Can you see that? These are not really legends. The legends are just an absence of sparkle, and they are almost impossible to read. This is the @ key from UK ISO. But yeah, Cosmos is designed to be like a field of stars, and how a black hole would just erase the stars around it from view. That's how the legends are supposed to be. This set came out so true to renders, it's unbelievable. And it's almost like if I show you this, it's almost impossible to get any of the legends to show up on camera. But it is supposed to be a very, very, very low contrast set. Like this is how it was designed to be. Like if I show you this up close, like you will not be able to see much or at all any of the legends on camera. Maybe you can make out here. This is the pipe / key. If you get them in the right light, you can kind of see the legends on there. So yeah. But for this one, we have the international kit. We have the extension kit, which has BAE. Oh, actually, one thing you can see on these is you can see the where they've had to do some of the UV pad printed keys. You can see the legends on them. So, for example, because the UV print is a sticker on top, it shows up much clearer. So that's the Windows key, which is a UV print, and the keycaps do sparkle. This isn't dust on here, this is actual sparkle, but it's really hard to show you how much it does sparkle in this light. Like I can't get the stream lights to show you how much the plastic sparkles, unfortunately. You can spot them? Yeah, you can definitely see them if you work at it. Yeah. Will you be getting another run of Tribal or Mictlan at any point? Dude, like if you want Tribal, it's in stock right now. Tribal is in stock and good to buy. In stock, GMK Tribal, base kit, novelties kit. The only thing we don't have in stock is the extras kit, but the base kit and the novelties kit are both in stock. Both in stock. There's only 3 novelties left though. So yeah, so if you want them, I would suggest order early to avoid disappointment. But yeah, Tribal is in stock right now. Mictlan, I don't know if it'll ever get a rerun. I don't think there's a plan to rerun it at the moment. I'm certainly not aware of a plan to rerun it at the moment. Any news on the Lamb Alert raffle? I'm not involved in the Lamb Alert raffle dynamics. That is entirely up to Manu and the designer. So yeah, I would suggest you reach out to them. All we're doing is providing a list of order numbers. That's it, and we're not actually involved in the raffle itself. It does make me think there aren't a ton of high gloss keyboards to my knowledge. That's true. There's not. Maybe I'm just waiting for the right ISO enter key.
Tasty,
Maybe.
tasty.
Maybe. Speaking of keys, I know you guys have probably seen them before. We do have Prototypist branded GMK keycaps, and you know what? I don't have one to hand. I almost always have one to hand. I don't have one to hand today, which is annoying. But I've just ordered some new ones for the open day, and what we're going to go for is we're going to have pink UV reactive marble effect GMK keycaps. Which, come on camera, please focus. There we go. So this is one of the marble effect keycaps. You can kind of see the marbling on the front edge there, in this pink color, with a grey legend. So this is empty new color at the side, but it will be 2B, which is the GMK stock grey that they do. So we're going to do pink keycap, which is kind of like a marble effect, two different pinks mixed together, with a grey legend with the PT logo on. So those are on order, and they will be exclusively available to people who come to the open day. They won't be available anywhere else, and you can take basically as many as you want, because I've had to order thousands of them. So maybe not as many as you want, maybe like a five or six, but yeah. So I've ordered those. Yeah. Right, let's get a tub out for these. So this is GMK Cosmos. CYL Cosmos. The Windows pad print. Oh my god, yeah. It's going to take me hours to find the keys for the JO2 amongst my Cosmos set, which I've collapsed into a box. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to ever putting this on a board, because it's going to take me ages to find out the legends. And I hope you guys don't pick this set when we do it on stream later on, because these streamlights are not conducive to me seeing the legends here in the workshop. I would need just normal daylight to be able to see it. So please don't pick this today. But we've got base, add-on. Oops, why is the capitalization gone? Add-on and international. Mick done such a great set. It is, it is. Batowski, thank you so much for 28 months of subs, dude. I thoroughly appreciate that. Reverse Hippo, Reverse Hootie. It wasn't really inspired by either of those, but you're right, yeah, it is kind of like the reverse of that. I just wanted to do something pink because it's my favourite colour, and that's what we came up with. Well, how many people will be at the open day? I imagine like 50 to maybe at the outside 100 people will turn up, but like when I order individual keycaps, I'm ordering one keycap, but multiples of that one keycap. Like GMK has an MOQ for that. You can't just order like, you know, 50 keycaps. You have to order, it has to end with 000, let's put it that way. Fuser, I will wear pink. Nice. Exclusively, or if you ask guys in the order notes, shows cleavage. I think I want to make them exclusive to just people who come to the open day, I think. Just something nice for the people that have been, I think. What colour ASCII-F will you be building? It's a beige one with brass base. Rig the keycap pole to Cosmos. Please don't do Cosmos. Please. It's a lovely set, and I do want to put it on a board, but I'm waiting for my Pangea Mini from Ball to put this on. I have a Pangea Mini that I really think this will work well on. So, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we sold a lot of the international kits for that. That's probably the best-selling international kit we've ever had is Miklan. So here's the base kit. Who's interested to see how visible the base kit is? Could we get JOG as an option? No, not JOG, because I've got the glazed keycaps as an option. I didn't want to have two beige options for the same stream, so. The base kit is just a sea of black. It's hilarious. Yeah. Gemma, Gemma's visiting the workshop tomorrow. If you use 37,000 channel points to try and make me put this on a keyboard tonight, I will make you do it tomorrow. Like, I will literally refuse to do it on stream, and I'll make you do it tomorrow. These are my personal collection. Yeah, these are sets that I've bought. So this is the base kit, and as you can see, it's very easy to read the legends on this. Like, it is really easy to read the legends on it. They are there if I get the light in the right angle. Like, you can see like the letters there, but yeah, it's it is what it is. And then here is the second layer, just black on black, black on black. What's not to love? We are 100% rigging this for Cosmos. Stealthier than GMK Stealth. Well, so I think Stealth itself is stealthier because this has the sparkle to it, which is, it's so difficult to show you guys it on camera, but there is like a really heavy sparkle to it, and it's much easier to see the sparkle in person. So yeah, I can't really show you the sparkle on stream. You keep the keys in the case, just like, no, because you're not going to pick this. I might not even give it to you as an option. I might not even give it to you as an option. I might not even allow it to be an option on the form when mods do it. So yeah. I don't think this would be the best set for the ASCII anyway. So Jay's committing a war crime right now, dude. That's not funny. That ain't funny, man. 110k channel points, and I'm willing to use them. Snicket, have I ever told you how much you're the nicest person in keyboards? And I know you really, really want to vote for the glazed set. It's the right answer. Plotters in chat. I know. How much do they hate me? How much does chat hate me? That's the question. Because they'd only suggest this if they hate me. Like, it must have to be a really, really hefty dislike. Okay, there we go. Cosmos, done. Yeah, Cosmos is unfortunately sold out. It was very, very popular. So yeah, so it has sold out. It's already sold out, Reed. It's already sold out. Like the base kit anyway. We've only got the add-on kits left. But yeah, I'm going to keep the box out for this just because I really like it. Yeah, cool set. I'm going to try and throw this on the table now. Let's see if I can get it on. Hey! Buy GMK Nerve? Yeah, everyone should buy GMK Nerve. Right, okay, let's take a look at the ASCII-F now. Oh, actually, we need to do a poll first. Which switches do you want to see me use today? There is a right answer and a wrong answer to the switch question as well. Because in my personal collection of switches, I had to get enough switches that would fit this board because it's a full-size keyboard. I didn't have enough of most switch types, so I just grabbed 2 bags that I knew had enough in. One is the high move raw switches. These are the Geon high move raw switches, which is the right answer. Or I do have a ton of really, really old Seal switches or Frosty switches. I'm not sure which these are. I think these are Frosty's V4 actually, which we stocked in 2020. So that's the wrong answer. But the poll needs to be up by a mod, which will be for the high move raw switches from Geonworks, which are great. Or alternatively, you could have the terrible Frosty switches. They're not Seals, they're Frosties. Sorry, I did say Seals. I meant Frosties. Yeah, they are 100% Frosty switches. V4 Frosty switches. Thank God I pre-ordered on the last day. Last Saturday was expensive. Yeah, Cosmos sold out in, I think, 48 hours. Base kit had all gone. We technically do have one base kit left, but it's from Manu, who hasn't paid for it yet, but has promised me he's going to pay for it. So, yeah, they're not Seals. I misspoke. But the high move rolls are the right answer here. That's what you want to do. I'm hoping you're going to vote that way. I'm praying you're going to vote that way. But yeah. So that's the switches. Let's, while you're doing that, I'll talk about the stabilizers. So we're going to use some stabies today. These are the round 2.2. We're going to use a clear PC and POM ones. These went into stock just the other day, and they're in stock right now. We also sell them pre-lubed now as well, if you want to have them lubed before we send them out. It's FRL 1800 for full size. It's only like 9 switches. Yeah, but like most of the packs of switches moons I have are for like 60 switches, or they're like this. Like that just wouldn't cover it, and we'd end up using 2 switch types. The high moves are factory. The high moves are factory. Basically a TKL. Well, maybe. But like, I didn't want to spend like an hour counting through all the switches I have bags of that might be enough or might not be enough. So I just got 2 bags that I knew I had enough in and went with that. Okay, and here is the board. It's a real chunker. Like, this is really hefty. Let me just tuck this cable out of the way gently. There we go. Haimu, yeah. Looks like the high moves are going to win. Let's show you this board anyway, guys. So this is the nice packaging it comes in. In here we have, whoops, we have some feats. I think this is the board that was built by Patricia Zinzing Wong not so long back, but we have some cute little stickers which are super cute. That's really cool. Those are really cute. I'm going to steal those and put them to one side. And then here we have the bits and pieces that we might need today. So we are going to build this plateless today. Animushki has requested we build it plateless, but there is the FR4 plate here. We're not going to use that. And as I say, we are going to build it plateless. Here is the PCB. This is the solder version, which has been very nicely desoldered after a build stream. There we go. I do love the colour of this PCB. This orange is such a nice colour. Urge to snap the numpad off. No! No. There is a secondary PCB as well, and also a polycarbonate plate too. We're not going to use the polycarbonate plate because we're going plateless. Then I think that's everything in there. In here we have the actual keyboard itself, but let me try and keep it wrapped up for a second. My god, that's heavy. Oh my god, that's so heavy. Okay, then this. This. Time to build ISO. I think we're gonna build. I wanted to build this BAE actually. I don't know what colour the hot swap PCB is. I'm not sure. I will try and wait at the end, Oskilane. My scales, the batteries in my scales have gone, and I haven't bought a replacement set, but I will try and wait at the end. We'll see if we can get it to turn on. Yeah, big ass enter. So it's a completely different enter shape. It is. That is a BAE. That is the shape of the big ass enter. So it's slightly larger than ISO and much larger than ANSI. But maybe we can do ISO. I guess we could do ISO. Yeah, let's do it ISO. We'll do it ISO. We'll do it ISO because why not? Okay, so the switches, the high move raw switches are about to win by a significant margin. So we'll go for that. Pretty sure the Amiga we had was BAE. It might be. It might be. He who uses Cosmos on ASCII-F is a man who wishes for world peace. Genghis Khan. Tell Genghis Khan to come here and say that. Right? Okay, so now we've done that, let's have a look at the board. This is a thing of beauty. I had a look at this the other day. Is that a hot swap PCB? Maybe we build it hot swap. Do you know what? Just on a time perspective, because it's 9:30, I've been streaming for 90 minutes now. I think we build this hot swap and just go ANSI and BAE. Yeah, let's do that. So ladies and gents, the hot swap PCB is a different color. This is such a chunky thing. Oh, look at this beautiful brass though. How beautiful is that? Look at this. CJQ. I do have plates. Yes, I have FR4 plate, and I also have polycarbonate plate, but I have been asked to build this plateless. Look at this design detail. This is so heavy. Hot swap plateless. I know, right? I know. I don't have the palm rest too. No, apparently the palm rest got left behind at another streamer's, so I do not have the palm rest. But technically, no matter how you build this board, it is PCB mount. If you use, because the way, look, let me show you. So the way the PCB is mounted is on these tabs here. So instead of mounting the plate, no matter whether you have the hot swap board or whether you have the solder board, you are PCB mounting it through these mount points here that I'm holding. And then the plate itself doesn't have any mounting hardware on it. It's just there for plate alignment, for switch alignment, and for typing sound and experience. It's not really adding to the mount itself. It's going to add rigidity. It's going to add rigidity, get the word out, to the typing feel, because it's going to add another layer of strengthening to the mount, but it's not actually going to affect the mount itself. So you're always going to have PCB mount, and then it's a question of whether you want to have a plate or not. Now I do have the FR4 plate here, which is this black one. I also have a PC plate, but we're not going to be using either of those. We are going to use a plateless build. Wouldn't the hot swap switches pop out really easily platelessly? It should be okay from a build perspective, from a sound test perspective and things like that. But yes, I would not build it permanently using the hot swap PCB. Hold on. I tell you what, let's do a vote for it. Let's do a vote. I was just thinking from a time perspective, because I've had a really busy day and it's already 9:30. Let's do a vote. Let's get a mod to do a vote. Would you prefer to see me do a solder ISO build, plateless, or a hot swap ANSI build? Let's let chat decide. Let's let chat decide how we do this. Well, the thing is, I don't actually have anything to be home for at the minute, Dynamics, because my wife is away. So, no, don't vote. Don't vote based on my health. Vote based on what you want to see. Would you like to see a solder plateless build or a hot swap plateless build? The trick is, if we solder it, it's going to be ISO. If we hot swap it, it's going to be ASCII. But vote based on what you want to see, not based on my sleep schedule. I'll just sleep in the office tomorrow and make Mel do all the work. Standard money then. Thanks. Why does everyone assume I do no work? Why does everyone always assume I make Mel do all the work? It's not true. I would never ask anybody who works for me to do something that I wouldn't do. So, and Mel knows this very, very well. I would never ask her to do something that I'm not willing to do myself. So whenever the worst jobs come up, like getting rid of cardboard mounting or cleaning something, I'm right there in the thick of it. Someone is pushing solder hard. It's fine. I don't mind. I want you guys to pick what you really want to do. Don't just vote for hot swap ANSI just because you're thinking about my sleep schedule. Vote for what you actually want to see me build. Reed, you're just trying to get on Mel's good side before you come to the open day. That's all it is. That's all it is. Solder plate is less what the solder plateless is what the designer recommends. So this has my vote. That's fine. That's fair, Nibble Machine. That's a good reason. That's a good reason. Quoting KSI. I don't know who KSI is. I don't know who KSI is. Solder ISO wins. JQ with 11,300 points right at the end. JQ was determined that we were going to be building plateless solder ISO today. Well done, JQ. Well done, buddy. I appreciate that. Right, let's take the board apart and get the old PCB out. Ugh, this is so heavy. Like, this is really chunky. I think we're going to be this size screw. I think, yeah, that's the one. That's only a fraction of my points. Ardent PT fan is JQ. The objectively wrong layout. We're promoting a niche market, right? So we'll go with the niche market. Thank you for your contribution. Should it be thank you for your sacrifices? The only other time I whale points was for DCS Nightfall. I remember that, dude. I do remember that. I do remember that. Niche? Yeah. I hate when people pronounce it as a niche. That American pronunciation. Not for me. It's a niche, not a niche. Plateless, hot swap and plateless is not a fun time regardless of that. Yeah, I mean, it'd only be a temporary build anyway. The other reason to do hot swap is so I don't have to desolder the build before I send it on to the next streamer. Because otherwise, when we solder this, I will have to desolder it. Whoops. Before I send it on to the next streamer. Okay, so now we've done that, I'm going to take this out, and you will see. Oh, the PCB wasn't even connected. The way this works is it's just really, really simple. PCB top mount. Daughter board in the base. Enimushki, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, I apologize. And ASCII-F there. So we'll leave the daughter board in place. We don't need to change that. But what we do need to do is take this PCB out of the top case. Now, I get that a lot of boards these days have, you know, fast release connectors and magnetic connectors and all of that. This board goes back to simplicity. One size screwdriver fits all. It's the same size screwdriver and just 3 different types of screw. One screw for the mount, one screw for the rear of the board where you need longer screws, and one screw for the front of the board which you need shorter screws for. And that's it, but they all take the same screwdriver, just one screwdriver to announce the board. Oh, you know what winds me up is the way Americans say Craig? They go Craig? Yeah. Craig to rhyme with Greg. Why would it be niche? Herb, not herb.
Tasty,
absolutely.
tasty.
Jaguar. Jaguar, yeah. In his aluminum Jaguar. I could not do an American accent to save my life. Autozic Arc, thank you so much for the sub, man. I thoroughly appreciate you, dude. I catch myself using aluminum. Yeah, it's aluminium. I mean, you know, it is what it is. How much more could you care less? That's so funny. I find that hilarious. Okay, so there we go. So that's taking out the hot swap PCB, which is green. I'm going to put that to one side. And now it's going to be time to prepare our stabilizers.
Incredible.
For the solder PCB. Oh, that's such a chunker. There we go. Right, let's get our stabilizers ready. Lube and a brush. Lube and a brush. So we're gonna go ISO build here. Oh man, why will this not come out? There we go. So we need a stabilizer for backspace. We need a stabilizer for ISO enter. We need a stabilizer for plus key and a stabilizer key for the enter. And then I think we want to do 7 new bottom row. Should we do 1.51, 1.57, 1.5, 1, 1.5, I think. Right? Yeah, that sounds right. ISO besto? Yeah. Let's get our housings ready. Okay. I really hope that Animushki doesn't ask me to desolder this before I send it on. I really hope I can just leave it fully soldered. That's so lazy of me, but desoldering is such a time sink. Oh yeah, we will do a 2-year 0 actually, yes. Sorry, I completely forgot that was an option. Where did I put the stabilizers? There. So we've got 1, 2, 3 stabilizers there. We've got 3 more to go. 1. And then this will be 2. And then 3. Lots of stabilizer lubing today. You split plus on the numpad on 1800 boards. I mean, if you would prefer I do that, I'm more than happy to do it. If you guys prefer split plus on the numpad, I don't mind either way. How I tend to build a numpad is like this. This is how I would usually build a numpad, but because I usually do it this way with the split, I'm more than happy to do full size and full size if you prefer. But you guys tell me. You guys tell me. One less stab. Okay. That is decided. We don't need that. I just threw that on the floor rather than put it in the bag, but never mind. We'll pretend that didn't happen. Okay. Right. I'm just going to take a little bit of lube and start to get these all ready. Good shot. Wait, what? I didn't miss anything. It was fine. It went in the bag. Hey, Ball Boy, thanks for being here, man. Need to find a monospace solder PCB. Yeah, I don't have a monospace, unfortunately. Now we can have a big pot of lube because the small ones are a pain in my life. If anyone does want to procure one of these, I can get one for you, but they're not cheap. Like they are expensive with a big tubs of lube.
Tasty, tasty.
Tasty, tasty. Thank you, Geeky Ed, for 29 months of subs. Subiversary time? Yeah. Prizes for the PT workshop day. Yeah, there will be prizes and giveaways and stuff like that on the day. We have yet to sort out what they will be. But there will be prizes and stuff like that. Would PT ever consider reselling solder? Probably not. The reason for that is there's so many other people that sell it, and it would just... We'd never like even break even selling it, I don't think. Just order it to be delivered to the workshop, Mr. Reed, and then collect it when you come to the open day. That's an option. We could arrange that for you. Just leave it on a shelf. About 150 quid. Yeah, the big pots of lube are around. Oh, wrong side of the stabilizer. What am I doing? Are around 150 quid. Depending on the lube, they can be slightly more or slightly less.
Tasty.
But yeah, I think they're like 125 plus VAT or something like that from the manufacturers direct. There is no bulk discount on them though, unfortunately. Have you considered selling the JO1s and JO3s fully built? So fully built is an option, but I feel like the people who are going to buy the JO1s and JO3s are going to be very much the type of people that want to customize their boards. I don't think it's got mass market appeal as a board, and I think we would be targeting a niche market where people are going to want to change it anyway. So I think it would be a bit of a misnomer to offer it pre-built, I think. But maybe, I don't know. I'll have a chat with Manu and see what the options are and see if we can have a look at that. But I don't think that would be... I don't think that would be necessarily the best way to sell the board. But if 5 to 10 fully built would go, your signature builds? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, like, there's options to have like the factory built boards for you, which I thought is what you were going with. But if it's me to do them, like on customer builds, like I take like 3 or 4 hours to do them, and like that'd be like a full solid week of work just to do 10. I don't know. Maybe. Well, I'll think about it. It's not a terrible idea. I don't dislike the idea. I just need to think about the logistics of it and how we'd actually manage that. Because if I was doing like signature builds, I'd want to be the one doing the actual builds. I'd want to be the one doing all of the build. Maybe a small run of pre-builds. Maybe. I mean, I'll consider it. Like, I'm not opposed to the idea. Right. Let's get another little tray and get the stabilizers installed. I love building as much as using, especially when the design is clever like the magnetic tops. Yeah. Do a J by Super Hands collab. I'll do some Ali clone caps with cherry blues. Oh no, clone caps. We had a couple of weeks ago. I say a couple of weeks ago, it's a little while ago now. Mel had some time off, and one of the things that happened while Mel was off was I had a customer who had bought from us, I think it was GMK Botanical from memory, and they said that they wanted to return the keycap set. It was like outside of warranty, so I declined the return because it was like, you know, like a year and a bit later on. And they decided they were going to send the keycaps back anyway. Only when they sent the keycaps back, they actually sent clone Botanical PBT die sub keycaps instead of sending the double shot GMK keycaps, which I found incredibly hilarious. They actually demanded that I ship them back to them, which I point blank refused to do. Slightly too small, I think. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, so yeah, tried returning a product that we don't sell, which was a clone of a product we did sell, but their order was significantly out of warranty. So yeah, a year later, yeah, it was like
incredible.
the reason they wanted to return them was the fact that they didn't like them anymore. Like they said, I just don't like the green aesthetic anymore. My keyboard's now blue, the green keycaps don't work, and it's like, well, it's a year later, dude. Like, I do wish with magnetic top boards like the Neo 80 and the JO1, I could screw them shut. Okay.
Tasty, tasty.
There's options there. There's the. I'd be remiss if I said I would like to change the JO1 so we could screw it shut, but like, I'm sure I could come up with a way where it would be possible. Does any good story ever start with "I had a customer"? No. Like, I love a lot of our customers, I really do, and I have a lot of time for a lot of our customers. But some of our customers, they might take the mickey a little bit. They might take advantage of me a little bit. Bill streaming a coffee before night shift starts? Yes, please. Nice. I chip them back to them into the envelope with the letters CUNT present. This community does have some absolute weapons. It also has some very, very nice people. So, you know, take the rough with the smooth, right? I mean, it's not like we have people going around in Discord calling, you know, me old or anything like that, right?
Incredible.
Did they think you wouldn't recognize PBT versus ABS? I don't know what they were thinking, dude. I have no idea. Like, I mean, it was obvious as soon as I opened up that they weren't the right keycaps. I hope that the keycaps are to cherry spec, otherwise it's going to be a pain to do them. We'll see, right? We'll see. We will absolutely see. If it's wavy as all hell, then it's wavy as all hell. That's fine. It'll just be what it'll be. It'll be fun either way, Mr. Demotex. When I worked in PC World in the early 2000s, people would do a regular attempt to return CD writers with a brick in the box. That does not surprise me. Every time I hear about vendors being a bit shady, mostly in the US, I think how lucky we are to have Jay in the UK looking out for the community. Dude, like, a lot of the vendors in the US don't intend to be shady. Like, it's not like a purpose-driven thing where they decide, oh, I'm just going to be shady. A lot of it is just, you know, bad timing, slow cash flow, a million and one other things. You know, like, I don't think there's very many cases where it's been a malicious attempt to steal money. There's very few cases where that's true, and I think it's hard to distinguish sometimes between a vendor just having a bad time and business failing, which happens, and someone being actively trying to, you know, attack the community by taking money that they shouldn't do. It's really difficult to justify some of these sometimes, and I do feel for some of the vendors that have been affected on a personal level, because I know that they've had to go through things that weren't easy. It does give me peace of mind when Proto runs group buy. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. Like, we try our hardest to do everything fairly and above board and squarely. It's not always easy, but we do our best. Okay, stabilizers installed. It's looking pretty slick. Let's see how well the PCB grips onto switches. So glad we have PC. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. Okay, they're pretty solid. We should be able to put these in, then turn the board over, and then start soldering. So let's try and do exactly that. What percentage of your vintage collection is IBM? I have no idea. I have a few old IBM boards. I have no idea what percentage that is of my actual total vintage collection, though. Maybe like, I have like maybe 2 or 3 IBM boards, I think. there's not much wiggle on these, so they should be relatively straight. They should be relatively straight. If I had more time, I would just solder one pin and then put the keycaps on and then adjust each switch individually if I was doing this for a personal build. But this sadly does not get to retain with me. It has to be desoldered and shipped back, I'm afraid. So I'm not going to worry about it too much if things aren't 100% aligned. We'll just do the best we can for now. I think the UK is very lucky for the vendors we have. Most of them are really trustworthy. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. With plateless, is it challenging to keep switches straight before soldering, or a 5-pin switch is the way to go? 5-pin is definitely the way to go, but even then you can still have alignment issues. Now what I would normally do is just solder a single pin. If I was doing this for like a personal build, I would just solder a single pin, one leg of each switch. Then I would put keycaps on, I would check the alignment of every key, and then I would go through and adjust and solder the second pin as needed until everything was perfectly aligned. Sadly, I don't have the time to do that on the stream because I am limited in terms of time. I have about another hour of stream time left before I have to go home. Skimson, thank you so much for 25 months of subs. I thoroughly appreciate that, dude. Right, we're going to go for stepped caps just because that's what I want. I don't have the wrist rest now. Apparently it was left with another... Oh, actually, no. I might go... Oh, the caps lock is going to be a bit wobbly. So we will do the caps lock one pin and then straighten it out. Yeah, this board has been to a few different streamers, and I think one of the previous streamers still has the wrist rest. I don't have it here, which is a shame, but it is what it is. We'll make the most of it. There are 3D printed accessories to make plateless soldering easier. Yeah, I have used them in the past. I've done some of the breakaway boards as well. I had quite a few of the Geon kind of bits that you can use and snap out once you've finished soldering. I quite like those, but they are one-time use, so that's the downside. I was going to design a 3D printed version that you could snap together like jigsaw parts and use as like a frame to solder, and then it would snap out afterwards after you'd finished soldering, and then you could reuse it. I just never got around to doing it. I think 90% of these switches are going to be fine. There's going to be the odd one that's not going to align very well. Hold on, 1.5 is going to be there. Oh, that's not going to hold. We'll do the bottom row separately. Bad pen. I think that's going to not hold as well. We'll see. We'll see. Let's take a bet on how fast Jay can solder. Because you want to go to bed. I've still got to drive home after this. Like, I have to drive home and then get ready for bed. Our CIO is visiting tomorrow. Got to be in at 9. That's quite a late start. Like, I wish I didn't have to come into work till 9. Workshop Doggo will be with me all week at PTHQ as well this week, because my wife is away on a trip for work, so she's not available to look after the pooch, which means that I am on Doggo duty all week. Oh, that's a better pen. Just going to take that switch out because otherwise it's going to fall out, and we'll come back to it when we're doing the soldering. Yeah, that's not going to hold either. That one should hold. don't trust CIOs. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, to be CIO. The guy only arrived tonight. He ain't going to be until 10. Never underestimate your CIOs. Currently, my company is restructuring, so I'm off work while I find out if the other role I applied for. Can't say it's all that tough, honestly. Nice. Well, hopefully you get the other role that you applied for. Right, let's figure this out. There we go. Plot twist is it's Killane and he's been acquired. That would be a very, very strange acquisition, knowing where Mr. Killane works. And the man says it himself. Yeah, okay. I think it would be a very, very strange choice indeed. But hey, I've seen weird ones. Right, the only thing I'm not going to do is put any switches that I feel are too loose to hold into the PCB in place for this section. The reason for that is because when I flip this over, it's not going to hold the switches in place. So I want to make sure that we do it on a basis where the switches will hold in place nicely. There we go. I think those will hold. The other ones that I've left as a gap we'll come back and do later on. In fact, I'm going to take caps lock out of there as well for now. Let's flip this over. And that switch didn't like it, but that's okay. We'll get all of these soldered in and then we'll do the remaining switches. I'm just going to take a very, very quick comfort break while the ads are on. I'll be back in 30 seconds, guys. Okay, guys, I am back. Right. Okay, let's try and go for a speed soldering round here. Just buying a Fortune 100 insurer casually. Nice. Does anyone else get super stressed when flipping PCBs or switches in? Not really. What I'm going to do though is I'm just going to solder one pin and then I'm going to push the PCB and plate down, reheat the pin so it solders in nicely. So we'll see how quickly we can get this done. And then once we've done all of these switches, we'll do each of the remaining switches individually. because they're in awkward positions and don't retain strength to hold into the PCB on their own from like friction strength. Need to poo? No, I just needed a wee. Isn't that break so no one can complain? Yeah, that's kind of why I did it when at that point it was like I needed to solder and there was an ad break, so may as well use that as an opportunity to take a quick comfort break. I'm a subscriber, don't see them. Well, that's because you are a king and you subscribe. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate everyone who subscribes. It's very, very kind of you. It keeps Mel and I in occasional takeaways here at the PT Workshop. And Sharon too, of course, when Sharon's around. Can't wait to see Mars Cadet on this board. Yeah, I mean, if you're buying one and putting Mars Cadet on it, yeah. It's not one of the options I have for today's stream, though. Assuming we get there, because like I am running out of time. But I am trying to solder as fast as I can. Well, maybe not as fast as I can. I could go faster, but this is about as fast as I'm comfortable going to do a good job. Whoever desoldered this left a lot of flux on the board, which is kind of nice in a way because it's making the soldering happen a lot easier. Okay, let's go for the next row now. Getting a Carl Sagan vibe? Nice. Go faster. Bonus stream tomorrow with Gemma off camera staring at the keycaps giving sarcastic commentary for Cosmos. Hey, if you guys pick Cosmos, I will make Gemma put Cosmos on this board tomorrow and we'll stream that when she's here. And that would be very, very mean of you guys to force Gemma to do that. But just bear in mind that that will be what the punishment is. Of course, this is a joke, and I actually would never force anyone to do it because that would be unfair. Whew. You have 20 points still. You're so willing to pick Cosmos just for that reason. Let's not forget that JQ is the one that forced the solder. He is, yeah. Don't blame it all on him, just 11k points worth. Oh dear, I do love it when you guys argue. Okay. I think we're just about ready for the difficult switches to do now. So, let's do those one at once. I'm going to just do the other arrow key. This may lead to one or two wonky keys, but it is what it is, unfortunately. Okay, so that's the other arrow key done. Let's try and do the numpad 2. What else do we need to do? Is there anything else we need to do on the numpad? Nope, that's all good. Okay, right, backspace next. Okay. Forgot to solder the enter key. Fix that now. There we go. Right, okay, let's do caps lock and short left shift. That's caps lock done. And short left shift. There we go. Okay. Right, now I need to figure out what we're going to do for the bottom row. Let me grab up a PCB diagram for this. ASCII. Right. So PCB diagram. So we can do. So we're going to do arrows. So we're going to do 1.5, 1, 1.5, 7U, 1U, 1U. Okay. So let's figure out the two 1U keys here then. So we want to keep the same spacing, which will be there. There. Put those up like so. so that's that. Right, now we need to do the 7U spacebar. Help if I didn't have a bent pin. Is that halfway? Yeah. I think that's right. He says, watch it now be in the wrong spot. I'm pretty sure that's right. In fact, no, it's not right. I've just completely put that in the wrong slot. Have I? Oh, no, I think it is right. I think it is right. That is right. Okay. Trying to do this upside down is not the easiest thing in the world. Okay, so we need 1.5U. That should be nice and easy to do. There we go, and there we go. And then we need to do a 1U after that, which would be there. Okay. And then a 1.5U, which would be there. Okay, and that should give us everything on the PCB now soldered in place. Cool. Excellent. Proto has some cool plateless boards. What? Hello, Jay. Is this FRL? It is, yeah. It's an FRL 1800. So there we go, guys. That is all now soldered. Everything looks pretty straight apart from the caps lock key, but it's one key. We'll be fine. Actually, that one looks a little bit twisted there as well. Let's straighten that out. Let's straighten these out because I don't like the fact that they're not quite right. So the caps lock key, I'm just going to heat up the pin on the opposite side. I'm going to twist it gently and then reflow the solder. And then we'll have a look and see how square that looks. That looks much better. And then the next one is this switch here, which needs to twist slightly in the opposite way. Let's see how that looks. That looks okay. Okay, I think everything looks relatively straight there. Oh, yes. James messaged you. Yes, I know. Right, okay, so now that's done, it's time to pop this into the board. So we're going to flip this over. Nice and simple. Same screwdriver as we used before. And the shortest of the screws. I say all the screws use the same size screwdriver for this, which is really nice and easy. Whoops. A rarity amongst keyboards. It is. I mean, this is one of those boards that just tries to keep things really classic in terms of simplicity, and it's just a no frills build. The screws on the Allison gave you great joy. Fun fact, the screws on the Allison are actually custom. We had to have those black screws custom made for the plate. There was nothing on the market that fit the Allison design after we'd produced the board, so we had to have custom screws made. And by the time we'd made the custom screws, we had to make like, I can't remember, like 20,000 of us or something. I don't know what the number was, but it was thousands. So yeah. Now that's done, we can now bring the base back into play, which is the hefty boy. And then we can connect our JST cable. Just like so. Then we can place the top case down, pushing the cable into the groove. And then we can flip the whole thing over together. Yeah, it's not. I think it was. I don't know if it was 20,000, but it was something like that. Like it was. I can't remember the exact number. But yeah, we had to have custom screws made for it. Yeah. I can't remember if we designed it for screws originally that just didn't happen to fit. Like the tolerance was just too tight or something. I can't remember, but I do remember we had to make custom screws for it. The rest of those screws are with the manufacturer still. I never had the rest of them shipped to me because we had no other use for them after that. Okay. Play tray should just be under play tray, Captain Reed. For the round 2 ones, it should just be under play tray. Custom, hey man, thanks for being here. Okay, there we go. So that's the case all screwed back together. So here is this lovely chunk of brass again from the bottom. Look at that. ASCII-F. These awesome side vent designs. And there we go. ISO layout just for JQ because he asked for it. Oh, what a hefty board that is. Right. You know what time it is now, guys. It is time to choose some keycaps. And this is where you guys need to be sensible. Let's give you guys some choices, and then hopefully one of the mods can put up a poll. So, option 1, glazed beige. Shiny glazed beige keycaps is option 1. Let me get rid of these switches actually. JQ more than asked for it. Yeah, he forced it. So glazed beige is option 1. Okay, let me put that on. Glazed beige is option 1. Option 2. Bit of left field, but GMK chocolatier. I thought beige and chocolate might work well together. Option 3. GMK FTRO. Option 4. Dolce. Or, please don't make me do it, Cosmos. I get Cosmos is lovely, but it will be a pain to do Cosmos on this board today. There you go. So hopefully a poll will be up. Remember, if you do choose Cosmos, you are punishing Gemma. It is Gemma who you're punishing because she'll be the one who does it tomorrow. Like, it's the wrong answer because it will take... I don't think we'll get to a typing test if you pick Cosmos, let's put it that way, because I have to leave here at 11 PM. That's in 42 minutes. And I need time to shut down after the stream. So, bear that in mind. That's a fair point, JQ. That's a fair point. Blame Reed, Gemma. Blame Reed. It's Reed's fault, Gemma. Blame Reed. Look how lovely the stream is being. Yeah, right? FTRO is a banging choice, though. FTRO is a great choice. Made a Cadbury's themed board last week. Turned out a treat. Nice. I like the pun. You should get GMK chocolatier for it, or Namo chocolate. Actually, we have Namo chocolate in stock, which has the purple, which is very similar to Cadbury's. It's like chocolate with a purple novelty cap. It's very similar to Cadbury's. It looks like you guys are being really nice at picking FTRO though, which is good. It's always nice to see FTRO. The stream lights are so hot today. I can feel my cheeks going bright red because I can feel the heat off the lights from the stream. Namo with Purple Knight. Nice. Good choice. Good choice. I could just eat a Cadbury's cream egg, actually. Do you guys like Cadbury's cream eggs? One of my favourite things about this time of year is Cadbury's cream eggs. For the colour of this board, I would pick FTRO, even though it doesn't have UK ISO. Yeah, like not all of these sets do have UK ISO, but you know, we can still have a look at how it is. Hell yeah. How do you eat yours? I like nibble the top off, and then I kind of slurp out all the filling, and then I eat the chocolate after. You may have 40 of them in your cupboard. Like, I bought a box of 6 today, and I thought that was a lot. Mini eggs in my drug. Yeah, like my wife was flying today, so yesterday we bought her a load of mini eggs, and she forgot to take them. I can guarantee they will not be available when she comes back home. Like, she bought 3 packets of them to take on her flights because she's flying to Mexico, so she's literally still on the flight right now. And I don't think they'll be here when she gets back. Both are valid and different. Absolutely. FTRO does win. Well done, guys. Congratulations on picking a banger of a set for the build today. Oh, we didn't buy a kilogram of them. Like, we bought like 100-gram bags, like 300-gram bags or something. I was looking forward to doing Cosmos. Oh well. I feel like chat has rescued you there, Gemma. I feel like chat has absolutely rescued you. So I would be very, very pleased with chat if I were you right now. Start with the spacebar. Get the spacebar on there. Split spacebars. I'm gonna go for, I'm not even gonna ask you guys, I'm gonna go for the yellow row across the top. I don't care what you guys think. That is the right answer today, and that's what I'm going for. Oh, we could use a nice little sys key here actually. Let's use that. Oh wait, that's the wrong row. That's the wrong row. Put it to one side. And I must remember that we need to keep out the numpad keys today as well. I don't know what we're going to do here, so I'll decide that in a minute. Wait, we're doing yellow number. Let's do the yellow number first. We don't need that. Oh, we could use that actually. Let's put that there for now. Let's do the yellow number first so we don't get anything else mixed up. Yes, numpad. We'll do numpad after. Oh man, so many keys. Oh, we put the 9 in the wrong place. Typical. There we go. Fixed it. Fixed. Okay. Okay, now we can put the beige number, not beige, the white number in the tub because we don't need that anymore. I think. There we go. Okay. Don't need an F row. Don't need end. Don't need ASCII enter. We do need stepped caps lock, so let's grab that. Pop that on. Don't need F12. Name and shame. Assume we can't see who voted for Cosmos. We don't need to name and shame people. QWERTY YUIO. There we go. Oops. Okay, numpad enter. I'm being very clumsy with these keycaps today. 2 we don't need. Wrong shift we don't need. Alt. One, two, three, four, five, six. ASCII-F I'm slightly worried I put this key in the wrong place, you know. I think I have put that in the wrong place. ASCII-F. Such is the risks we take when we build on stream. ASCII-FGH. There we go. Wrong tab. Looking at the legend rather than at the Great legends on this set. This set is underrated as all hell. It's one of those sets that I think is just fantastic. We might need that too. This is taking a long time today. I do like how you can see the yellow of the PCB through the keys as well. It's quite nice. Why sorting Cosmos will be fine. Pick it up. Oh, I need that. Like. Yeah, once Cosmos goes on a board, I don't think it's coming off just for that reason alone. Okay. ISO enter. Not sure if I'll need that or not. Tab key. Get that in place. There we go. Right. Don't need the 0. We need the dot for the numpad though. Does it have that? Okay, arrows are done. Backspace we've already done. There we go. It does have the delete key. There we go. Oh, that's the wrong row. That for here. Oh, dear me. Short shift. One new alt. It's the wrong row. Why did we put that there, Jay? I knew as soon as I put that down that was the wrong spot. In fact, actually that's the wrong row as well. Wait, what happened there? What happened there? How did it turn offline? How did that happen? How did that happen? We're back. We're back. Still stream. Code brown. Yeah. Meant to turn it off the radio. Hit the PC restart. I don't know what happened there. Like, yeah, I didn't touch anything. It just came back. So I don't know. Right. Okay, let's try and figure out what we're going to put here. I'm pretty sure that switch is in the wrong spot, which is slightly annoying. Oh no, it is correct. It is correct. We need the system key. There it is. And then there is another system key. There we go. Boom. What I haven't found is the shift key, but it's there. Excellent. Okay, so now we just need to find a page up and page down that fit for in here. Page up is there. Page down is there. Excellent. That's looking good. Right. Numpad. This is where I cannot remember what order things go on the numpad. I'm going to grab my numpad out of the drawer to remind me. Okay, so we have, I'm going to use our Neff lock key just here because I love Neff, he's such a great guy. And then we've got the division key, the multiplication key. And then we should have a plus key for here, which seems like the wrong profile, but it could just be the angle. We have a minus key, and I have a double minus key on this one. I don't know why, but I'm not actually sure what's supposed to go up there. But let's put the equals key there for now. That'll do. There we go. Neflock is almost the actual replacement for Numlock, maybe. This looks such a good set. Dude, it's so good. What are the tertiary legends based on? I'm not actually sure what they're based on. There's a mixture of like Greek characters and Vim characters and all sorts of other stuff. I'd have to look up the set to be able to pick out what it was designed off of. I don't know off the top of my head. That single grey key, yeah, it looks great, doesn't it? I mean, if you want, I can change it to the num key if you guys prefer. Let's change it to the num key. I won't tell Netflix we did this. I won't tell Neff that we did this. There we go. Is that better? Does that fit your aesthetic now? How good does that look? This set was made for brass keyboards. Look at that. Look at these legends. Look how good this board looks. It looks so good. Look at that. What about that for a view? Right? FTRO. GMK FTRO on the ASCII-F. Such a nice set. Such a nice board. Came out great. What a layout as well. Numpad, arrows, 65% of numpad, phenomenal. Should we see if this all works? Let me load up Switch Hitter, and we will see if everything works on the board.
Incredible.
Incredible. Thank you very much for the follow. Let's make sure everything works, and then we'll do a little typing test. Oh, there we go. We have the numlock light on. Okay, everything's working on the top row there. Oh, we're on ANSI. Let's change that to ISO. There we go. All looking good so far. Okay, so that key is probably just not programmed. Arrow's all working. That will be FN, but it's not working. It will be, I'm sure. Numlock is working. That's all working. And that's working. That key is turned off for now, but that's fine. Caps lock, indicator LED works just fine. And the numlock one as well works just fine. There we go. So everything is working as we'd expect. That key and that key just need coding in VIA, and it will be working. So there we go. How good does that look? FRL with alert row is chef's kiss. Yeah. Might be using one right now. Nice. Are there any sets with a green alert row? Coming soon. Verdant Retro will have that next month, I think. Said I'm proud of chat for not selecting Cosmos. Me too. Any chance to have to restock the alert accents for FTRO? No, unfortunately not. They sold out on day one. The rest of the set's been in stock for a year or so now. Unfortunately, they just sold out, I'm afraid. So, yeah. Yeah. Shall we see how the board sounds? Shall we see how it sounds? This is a plateless build with Haimu Raw switches from Geon with GMK. That sounds so good. Oh, no alert row? I thought it did. Sorry, I was going from memory. I apologize. Went through the whole stream and no one asked for a discount. Guys, this sounds so good. Poppy spacebar, nice alphas, no foams. What's not to love? That sounds so good. Really like the spacebar. It sounds phenomenal. That top row sounds so good. What a board. This might not make its way back. What a board. Look at that. Let me see if I can quickly get my scales working, see if I can weigh this. We may have to do the battery warming trick to get them to work, but we'll try. Battery is deado. I did order some replacement batteries and then Amazon told me they didn't have them. So I need to order some more. We shall try, we shall endeavour to warm up the battery enough to get it to turn on and do a quick weighing. I actually do have another set that's floating around the office, but I don't know where they've gone. They're just the standard CR2032s, but like I ordered some off Amazon and they didn't send them out. I just never got around to ordering another set. Right, let's see if that's going to be enough. Well, it looks like we have light here. Yeah, I know that, and turned off straight away. Sag. Let me see if the other scales are about. Let me have a really quick look for the other set of scales, see if they're about anywhere nearby. I'll be back 30 seconds, guys. do have this set, but I'm not sure these work either. Is there a power button on these? There is no power button on these, so I think this set's dead as well. But we'll try this battery. Let's see if this battery. Trying to get the scales to work here. Let's see if the battery we've just warmed up will power these scales instead. I don't know how successful that will be. Hey, okay, we have lights. Is that gonna flick on for us?
Incredible.
Okay, we have unresponsive scales that just want to show 8, 8, 8, 8. Frustrating. Let's go back to this set. This is annoying. Come on, just work for 30 seconds. That's all we need. Yeah, I know the battery. Okay, batteries seem to be the failure point here. I'll try warming this battery up, and we'll give this set another shot. But I think it's going to be a case of no weighing of the keyboard. It's hefty though, I can tell you that. Protoscalis. ISO compatible FRL, yeah. What's the deal with the copper base, Jay? 5 units only. I believe so, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Nada, zero, zilch. Okay, so we cannot do a weighing today, guys. I'm afraid I cannot do a weighing. I am not taking the battery out of my ASCII keys, because if that messes up, I will have to walk home. And I'm not doing that. Oh, thanks very much for showing love. I appreciate it. Yeah, keyboards are cool. Immobilizer be damned. Yeah, I have a Scorpion on my car, so I cannot, you know, expect that to go. This is, we need to see the G's. Yeah, I'll try and get the scales working for next week. I don't have to send this back straight away, so I'll try and get the scales working for next week, and we can weigh it then. But yeah, it must be, I would bet that the brass base is close to 4 kilos. Like, it's going to be close to 4 kilos. But it sounds phenomenal. It sounds so good. 3.46 kilos. I feel it's a touch heavier than that, but I will defer to your judgment. It sounds so good. Like, so good. It's phenomenal. Sounds amazing. I'm super happy you guys chose this layout as well. Okay, whoever forced ISO, JQ, you were correct. It was the right choice for this board, because that just sets it off nicely. It just breaks it up a little bit nicely. Right, okay. What's the Geekhack links I've been sent? Is it for this board? Is that what the Geekhack is? I've got like 5 DMs for Geekhack link. Oh, it's for Verdant Retro. Okay. I could have sworn Verdant Retro was going to have a alert row. I'm sure it was going to have an alert row. Oh well, maybe it doesn't. I apologize if I was wrong on that. Or maybe it was the one that didn't make MOQ, the green KKB one that didn't make MOQ a while back. Maybe that was the one I'm thinking of. Yeah. You thought Verdant had it too? Green Alert had alert row? Maybe, yeah. Just getting confused. There's so many sets these days, it's easy to get confused. Thanks for not being an alert kit. Maybe. Okay. Well, either way, I hope you enjoyed the stream, guys. It is literally, I've got 15 minutes to get home, and I need 5 minutes to pack up here, so I am going to end the stream. I do want to thank you for coming by. I am so psyched by how this came out. Look how beautiful that is. Look how stunning this board is. It is so beautiful. It came out so well. Oh, that's so heavy. That is really heavy. It's not SEMO heavy, but it's a chunk. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I thoroughly appreciate every last one of you. I appreciate you coming by every week. I love you all. Come catch us up on Discord, the link's down below, and Instagram over the next few days. Lots of stuff will be happening. Don't forget to sign up to come along to our open day, which is on the 15th of March. You can come visit the PT workshop, buy some stuff on discount, get some free coffee, which is excellent, even if I do say so myself, and spend some time with myself and Mel and all of the other lovely people who are coming. But other than that, I love you all. I'll see you later. Take care, guys.